Did it work?
That's hilarious. Shit died. But all right, we back.
What? What died? The computer died?
No, remember I turned my phone off trying to like cut it. I cut the do not
Oh,
disturb type shit. Yeah, cut the whole shit off. All right, here we go.
And we back with another episode of Gurus of the Game. I am your host. Take over, Russ.
Yeah, LeBron checking in from Phoenix, Arizona, man. Feeling good. Glad to be back,
Yes, sir.
man. We
Yes,
got
sir.
some.
Welcome back, man, to another episode. If you're new here, please like and subscribe to stay up to date on the latest and greatest episodes, man, and hot topics that we tend to hit on. We got a very, very special episode today with some family and friends. But with my boy Bebe, bring us in with that, bro. How you been out there, man?
I've been doing good, man. I've been doing good. Everything's on the up and up, man. I actually got to get ready to go to Vegas and check out some prep school basketball and then some good college matchups as well. I got to go see Iowa State, St. John's in Vegas, and then oh yeah, man. Iowa State also play Creighton as well. So I'm gonna go check out St. John's and then Creighton versus Iowa State in Vegas, and then it's a big high school prep tournament coming up this weekend as well. Check out some of our guys that we got, out
Yeah,
here on the
yeah.
prep
We're very
circuit.
much in the heat of college basketball season, man, as well as the NBA, bro. It's a lot of good basketball being played. This year's draft coming up. A lot of freshmen, sophomores showing out. Man, throughout the nation. So man, definitely keep us posted with that, bro, on socials.
Definitely, definitely.
Tell us, man, our guest today, man, is somebody special, man. It's kind of a full circle moment. Our prior guest, DG, coach of Iowa State, also somebody that's big from the city, was touching on a few things, man. But I think you got some audio visual for us.
Yeah. I'm gonna let it rip, man. We was doing a organic interview with Deontay Garrett, former NBA guy, Milwaukee native, and then he was kind of digging into his AAU experience coming up, and like one of the guys that kind of led the way and motivated him, that he got inspired to really take his game up another notch and show what he could do at the highest level. So I'm gonna let that run real quick, and then we could get to do what we do best. watching that was gonna stay in the game. His name was D'Angelo Jackson. He went to Pius, and he was one of the guys that was like getting 40s. And I was on the younger team, and I'm like, bro, I gotta get some 40 balls. He getting recognized by all these colleges, and I'm like, oh yeah, he going crazy. He getting, oh yeah, I need to give me some 40s. I know I had a 30s for sure, but I know I have. Right. So, I just kind of wanted to, I remember that, you know what I'm saying? I was on that younger team too for a time period, and I remember when he just started kind of like, man, catching a great rhythm, shooting the three with perfect form. And, him and my brother was the backcourt on the older team though. So we got my brother on here as well. And I really just wanted them guys to kind of give some insight and tell a perspective because they played for a unique program, which was stay in the game. A lot of quality guys. I know I can say out the gate, like I remember a John Ryback playing for them. They had a lot of great players, man, that, you know, with the way the new urban culture is, a lot of youth might not remember. A lot of the youth might not remember, or guys might not have known, or my guys might have forgot. You know what I mean? So I'm
Right.
definitely excited to hear those guys' perspectives and see some of the matchups that they had at AAU, and I want to hear from those guys personally. So let's get to it.
Facts, man. Without further ado, introducing our very, very, very special guest, man, my guy, D'Angelo Jack and Marlon Burnett, man. Let's give it up for the homies, man. Let's give it up for the homies, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Yes, sir.
you.
My
Yeah,
guy, we in studio today.
Yeah, we definitely here.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you. Marlon, what's up with you, fam?
Man, chillin', man. Doing good over here, man. Vibing. Oh, definitely.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate y'all pulling up on us today, man, giving us some of y'all time. It's been a long time coming. Season 2. I know you've been rapping about it for a while, man.
Yeah.
But that time has finally come, man. How you feeling today?
Oh man, I'm
Yeah.
feeling good. I'm feeling good, man. I'm just thankful to be, here to, chop it up, share my experience and, where I'm from, how I came up and how we got here today.
Yeah, facts. Well, since you in the studio with us, we'll go ahead and start with you.
All right.
Some of the ways we like to start our interviews is who put the ball in your hand? Who got it all started? Who planned that basketball season? You gave those hoop dreams.
Yeah, no,
early on.
man. I come from a long history of hoopers in my family. Everybody just park legends, and really it was my dad. My dad gave me the rock, and I grew up in like the same neighborhood pretty much my whole life. Right off Clybourne in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Played at Merrill Park, and anybody.
Outside.
Yeah, that's
Back in the
really
day.
what. Yeah, that's where I grew up
DJ,
playing.
were you did you ever go to a neighborhood house? Is that kind of the area, if I'm not mistaken?
No.
Okay.
It's right off of Wisconsin Street. So I don't know if you know where Marquette High School is,
Mhm.
Yeah,
but I
know
stay
exactly
like
Marquette
in
High
that
School.
neighborhood. And so Merrill Park is off 35th and Clybourne, like
Okay.
a couple blocks south of Wisconsin. And then occasionally I go to community centers. I go to the Boys and Girls Club to go hoop. And shoot, when I got older, then I just, I'm riding my bike everywhere. I'm going to Lincoln. I'm going to McGov. I'm going Jackson Park. I'm, north side, south side, and
everywhere in between.
yeah, everywhere in between.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then,
Exactly.
Which Boys and Girls Club, DJ? Just for the people that don't know, which Boys and Girls?
it was the
Club?
one off Rogers. So
Okay.
it was the
Okay.
one where DB, Willie, Bertrell, like them.
Okay.
I know them pretty much my whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
So I used to go with them
Mhm.
and go play. And I want to say, like, I didn't know Bree or Corey from there, but I know that they played with my buddy Willie and his older brother Bertrell.
Oh, that's what's up, bro. What about you, Marlon?
Man, believe it or not, so I was about like 8 years old. So we used to be doing football in the streets or whatever and whatnot. And then I was, me and Bebe was actually having a conversation, and he was just basically telling me like, man, you gotta play basketball, man, and football ain't it. And then so like we from 33rd and Burbank, so we like getting it in at the parks, like everybody in the hood, like they hooping. So like that's where I really just transitioned from like playing football and then like started to play basketball. like more so like that tip. And then we every day we was just at it. And then I had one of my good friends when I was younger. We basically used to be like rivals. We used to be doing that. So
Marlon, I hate to cut you off, but I think we might need to try you with the headphones
uh,
because it's a little staticky.
Yeah, it's a little staticky on my end too.
I want to make sure it's good when we get, once we throw it in the thing. But yeah, DJ. Yeah, the funny thing is, Iowa State played Creighton. I want to say Tuesday though. I'm gonna go check that one out.
Yeah, no, I know that's gonna be a good game. Man, I haven't been tapped in on the college games in a minute, but
Mm-hmm.
man, I need to. I've been watching a lot of the NBA games. When I was younger, I used to watch all of the college, no NBA. Now that I'm older, I'm like
Locked in.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But they play. They coming out there too though. They coming to play TCU. Yeah, we hear you.
Marlon, you back with us?
Yeah, man. My bad for the little, the small inconvenience.
Okay, you sound a
Yeah,
little
so
better
pretty much
now.
my brother, man. Yeah, my brother, my neighborhood, they don't want to kind of like first put the ball in my hand, and then like that was something we used to do, and that's where like we honed a lot of my basketball, like my dribbling drills. We used to be in the middle of the street getting it in every day, then going to Jackie Robinson. So Jackie Robinson is like off Fond du Lac and Concordia for the ones that don't know. And then we basically just we transitioned from like playing at the park, then going to Mary Wine Boys and Girls Club, and so Sherman and Burleigh, and so yeah, that's kind of like the genesis of where it all started.
A lot of 12th Street YMCA too.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Playing Sunset,
What's
Sun Up,
12th Street
Sunset.
YMCA?
The YMCA on 12th and North Avenue. That YMCA was kind of like newly built. Like maybe when we hit maybe like I want to say 8th, 9th grade, we was coming into high
Okay.
school, and
That's where all the Hoopers used to meet up at.
man, DJ probably could attest to that. I would say West Suburban YMCA was probably the main hot spot. Like if you knew what was going on, that's where you played at. That's where a lot of the Jerry Smiths. We had Jerry on as a guest as well. So Marlon, DJ, Jerry, and them all in the same class. I want to say they all was in at least the top 15 of the state during their time, 2006. So, but it would be for the privileged guys, you'd be at West Suburban though, but the guys that's getting it in the nitty gritty would be 12th Street YMCA, Holden YMCA. It was a lot. Parkline too. I'm gonna shout them out too. But yeah, so
Okay, that makes
YMCA
sense.
and the Boys
Okay.
and Girls Club was pretty big for guys growing up in Milwaukee.
Okay, yeah. That makes a lot of sense, I guess. So is that where you guys really find your love for the game at? Or like really trying to make your like name for yourself?
Man, so for
At some of those
me,
parks?
man, I feel like I got a little interesting background because I always loved the hoop, but I just wasn't that good, coming up.
Okay.
So like I played AAU ball for my school, and I was always like the second, third option. I was the big man. I'm playing on the free throw line, back to the basket, and then I hit a little growth spurt. So now I'm like, 7th grade. Now I'm playing AAU with what is his name? Cliff Walker,
Mm-hmm.
right? I had like Curtis Mitchell on my team. I had AZ on my team, a few guys on my team, and all them guys was really advanced at that age, and so I think that was the first time I seen like Jerry. He had another dude on his team. What's buddy name? I want to say they about the same height. I think he went to not Riverside. He went to school with AZ.
Okay.
But nonetheless, they was great. You know what I mean? Like they could jump out the
Louis,
gym. They was all dunking.
Who you want to say? Who went to school with AZ? Louis or was it Kyle Tipton?
Louis, yes,
Louis.
Louis. They both dunking.
Mm-hmm.
They catching lobs in the game. We in 8th grade, and so I'm sitting on the bench. I'm like, man, I want to be cold. I want to be like
This is
them.
middle school.
No, this middle school. This is where like my passion, kind of came from. So I'm watching these guys, and then I go to the park every day. So I go hoop. My pops take me to Hart Park. You take me to, Merrill. I'm doing my thing. And then 8th grade, I kind of hit a growth spurt. Now I'm dunking. I'm dunking in 8th grade.
What middle
I'm
school
really
were you
doing
at,
my.
DJ?
I was at St. Rose.
Okay.
So I know they partnered with. At that time it was Mesmer. I think it's called Mesmer.
Duncan
right
in
now.
middle school will always be elite.
Yeah.
If you're a kid dunking in middle school, touching the rim in middle school, looking at kids these days, like, you know, that's an elite trait to have. Like,
Yeah.
that's
So,
telling.
and then plus, you know, the people that I grew up around, I know I mentioned my buddy Willie, Bird. Like I grew up in the community of hoopers, and so I was always kind of like the weak link,
Mm,
and I always wanted to compete with them.
mm.
And you know, they was tough. You know, they make fun of you if you ain't good. You know, somebody cross you up, and before you know it, I hit a growth spurt. Now I'm big. You know, I could dunk, and then I went to end up going to Pius, and I played varsity in my freshman year. I think that's where everything kind of took over, and then I eventually met Curtis Weathers, who was my AU coach first day in the game. Then that's how I met Marlon.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was it the same thing for you, Marlon? Like that same progression of finding your love for the game, like kind of through the streets and like kind of through like getting it out the
man.
mud?
Yeah, because it was like a lot of big time AAU programs like Young Lions, Running Rebels, and then so like I first got introduced to it at Andrew Douglas. Like so like when I had went to their first practice, DeMarcus had took me. So it was one of my best friends from the block or whatever, whatnot. And I remember I went there. I had seen Lil Billy, I had seen Draylon Burns, and then like it was like a culture shock. And then I had ran into like Louis. So it goes to the testament to what DJ was saying about guys dunking in middle school. Louis was dunking in like sixth grade. So DeMarcus, he basically used to be telling me like, "This is your competition. This is people that's in your grade. This is this is how it's gonna be looking." And then like from there, it just kind of just like it spiraled into like middle school basketball. And I had went to Stoyton, so Baby he played on the team too though. So and we played against like Webster, a lot of guys from the inner city that were pretty good. And so once it got competitive on that level, and I got to see like different like talents and competition from different levels, uh, then it just kind of like transformed into like the summer leagues, Warren, McGov, and that's when I was running to like Gary Smith. And then so I'm gonna just tell you a quick story too. What kind of really like got me really like going and like really motivated me to take it to another level. So, like hoopers back then, man, we used to just like get it in. Like, like winter time, go to Lincoln, shovel the snow, wherever we was at, we gonna play. But I had run into these guys, like they just up there and they had their son up there. And I guess they was like warming their son up before he had went to go play in the game at Wisconsin Luther. So it was like a major AAU tournament that was being hosted that I didn't know about. So his name was Impact, and they was from Minnesota. And then so they basically had me and him like play ones. And then so basically we was like going at it back and forth. He beat me like 2 games. I beat him like 1 game. He got me another one, and I got him for like the last one. And then they just was like, they were like, man, you like super talented, man. Like man, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't, man, like you cold. You should be playing AAU. You should be traveling. And man, you wanna go to the tournament? We got a tournament. Impact got a game today. And so they basically took me to Wisconsin Lutheran. And that's when I first seen playground play. And that's when they had Billy starting at the point. They had Breezy, and it was like so intense. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta take my guy to a whole nother level. So that's like a little quick story. So I kind of like really
So,
got me going.
so a question for you and DJ. Y'all got to stay in the game. Was that your freshman year, DJ, or sophomore year? Were you
It was my
locked?
sophomore year.
Okay, you locked in with Curtis Weather sophomore year. That was probably you as well, right, Marlon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
that
Yeah.
the thing that I don't know how it began. So how it was so they used to have like high school games at the Powell Center. So basically we had like a tournament. So this is my first encounter with Curtis Weathers. And then so like my coach put me in for like I wasn't really getting a whole lot of playing time. So he put me in for like 10 minutes. And I basically had like 15 in like 10 minutes. So I had went off and then like after the game, Curtis had came to holler at me. And so basically that just kind of led from there. Like he basically just told me like, hey, I got an AU program, stay in the game. And mind you, I had already knew about staying in the game from like older guys that had played. You know what I'm saying? A couple guys that went to Washington. And then I was like, man, yeah, I'm interested. And then so like he had hosted like the first practice, he had gave me the invite, and that's when I had ran into DJ. So that was just like my first time seeing DJ.
and DJ, how'd you meet Curtis?
Man, he came to one of my games my sophomore year. I think we played against Waukesha South or Waukesha West.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of, after the game, he approached my pops and was like, man, I need this kid on my team. And so, he invited us out to his house. He kind of gave us a proposal and was like, hey, man, this is what I think your career could look like if you come play with me. These are the connections that I have. These are the people I know.
Wow.
These are the people that play for me.
Mm.
And at this time, I'm really in the state of just proving myself because, like I mentioned, all of the people that I knew around me were better than me. And he mentioned, playing for Kurt. We going up to the Power Center. I was coming off the bench. I'm playing behind Shump, right? Thomas
Okay.
Shumpert. Like
Okay.
at that time, Thomas was cold.
Mhm.
He was
Well, I mean,
very
he's always been
advanced.
great. You know what I
He
mean?
was
Like
he
that's
was
why he a
very
great trainer
advanced.
today. But
But seeing that in person, seeing that behind the scenes as well does something to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like I've always been in this constant state of like trying to prove myself. So, I met Kurt. I'm doing real good playing for Pius, but then I think that was like my second time really getting to play like inner city, like Milwaukee basketball.
Mhm.
Everything much faster. It's not as organized. You know what I mean? It's kind of like everybody athletic, everybody just like me,
Mhm.
right? So I got to figure out how am I going to, play well, survive. So it took me a little while to get adjusted to it, but after some time, I want to say,
Did you
gave
do
up.
well, like taking direction from the coach, or were you like one of those kids that had like a lot of pushback and coach? You don't know what the hell you
No,
talking
I
about?
didn't have no pushback, man, because I mean, it was a lot of great players. You know what I'm saying? You had like Monty McCoon, dog was cold. You had him, you had Shump, you know, I think that's when, I met Marlon, Brian, like, I mean, who else? Jacoby, right? Like,
Mhm.
these are all real good ball players.
Mhm.
And so ain't nobody that I mentioned is a chump, you know what I mean? And then I ended up meeting Mike T, right? And so I'm like, dang, like, these some real good ball players. But that desire within me was always trying to prove, like, no, I think I'm colder than everybody,
Of course.
but I'm just not showing it right now.
Mhm.
And so, I get in the gym or, go to the park. I'm working
So
on
you had
my
the right
game.
attitude, needless to say, about it.
Yeah, I had the passion.
Okay.
Like I always knew I wanted to be great at playing ball. So, I work on my game and eventually I got to a point where what I thought about myself, I was able to execute that out on the court. And then, I had a lot of like wake up moments. Like I forget, Marlon, what gym did we used to practice at for Kurt? Do you remember?
Yeah, so it was Mark. What's the pastor name? So that's the gym that we started at. It was like off like Good Hope, and like 99, like 100 or something. And then
Listen,
we practiced there for like
them
a month, and then
practices was crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
intense.
we had some real names in there. I don't know if you was speaking. Like, did I speak
No, no,
over?
no, no, no. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we had some real names in there, and I'm sure Marlon can, speak to their names a little more than me because I don't remember everybody's name,
Mhm.
right? But, it was a lot of wake up moments, but everybody was good. DG was in there, Mike T was in there, Miles McKay was in there.
Mhm.
There's some dudes
Yeah,
from Tech,
Miles.
like
Yeah.
I mentioned Jacoby. It was Marlon, and shoot,
Hey, Tony
man,
Mang was
Marlon
pretty
used to
good
play
too now.
ones.
Hey,
Yeah,
DJ
man.
Tony Mang was pretty good too now.
Man, Tony Main was in there.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So, like,
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm a
On the
total
latter
sum
end.
of all the athletes that I played with,
Nice.
right? I took a little bit of something from everybody. I want to be a high flyer. Where I get that from? One, it was my pops. My pops was a high flyer.
Mhm.
But like, I seen the Louis, I seen Mike T, I seen Jerry. These niggas is dunking in the game, going crazy. So like, all right, I took a little bit of that. Marlon and I used to play ones, and he used to get the best of me all the time,
Mhm.
right? And then he had to slow, step back,
Mhm.
strong, you know what I mean? Like, I'm 5'10", 150, right? I'm still developing. You got the Mike T's, you got the DGs, everybody quick, agile, real good games. But, over time, that's when you start developing. So, I end up getting my shot. We playing these tournaments. We going to Indiana. We playing against Mean Streets. And how I felt about myself thinking that I was better than everybody, I kind of, executed that in the game. Like I'm going in there and I'm really not passing a rock because I know in order to get seen, you got to really go out there and go let it, be
Yeah.
known. So, we play mean streets. I get me 40. We go to another, tournament. I get 50.
Mhm.
We playing in the summer leagues when I'm at Pius. I got a 60-point game, right? Shit, I think I scored 60 on Tony Manning them team, right? So,
Thomas Moore.
I know I kind of downplay like, everybody else was around me, but that was the fuel because, I'm quick. I ain't that tall. I'm 6'1", but shoot, I can shoot the leather off of it. And, I took a little bit of everybody else's game and kind of made it mine.
So Marlon, how important are detrimental to your development was those one-on-one games that y'all was having back in the day?
I think ultimately it just made us better competitors. Like when we finally did like playing the game, because it's like when you play ones, you basically like just honing your skills especially when you playing like three dribbles. So we'd play three dribbles, and then sometimes we'd just go like freestyle. But you getting a feel on like how to be able to like play against the defender this way, or if he give you the shot, you just take it. So I think it was very detrimental, especially when me and him was like the go-to guys on the team. So it's like we was getting better individually with the ones, and then with the fives, like Curtis Weather just gave us the green light where we could just go out there and just like build our confidence and just showcase our talent. And so like for me, so like so I came my sophomore year, and then like I mean, Kurt was basically telling me like, man, Marlon, man, I want you to be the go-to guy, like woo woo woo. So we got the plan upstate, like at Wisconsin Luther or whatnot, and then man, I was like DJ, like this was like the time where I was really shining. So like I was getting 20s, I was getting 30s, and I was doing it from like top-notch coaches, like you know what I'm saying, and basically like it was like that summer. Well, it was actually after my sophomore year. So I was basically putting the work in it. Like at Washington, I was like working out every day. So I was like in a position where I was just like already ready to just like get off. And then like that just one thing. And so like that following year, me going to my junior year, and that's when I ended up eventually getting ranked. I was like top 15 in the state. And then like to DJ Testament, I believe like he was still like in the process of like building his confidence. Like he was confident, but it was just he went all the way like you know what I'm saying, knew what he could do on the floor. And I feel like that sophomore year, like he did at Pius, man, like the next year when he came back to AAU, it just made him a monster. Like man, like you mentioned in the Indiana tournament. So I remember us going there, and we had played against this one team. It was man, like they had like 6, 8 guys, or whatever, and DJ just went off for like 40. Man, he went like 20 points in a row. And then like it was like the last 10 seconds of the game, he pushing it downstream. He do 360 hand. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, DJ did a 362 hand. Like all I remember, like after the game, Curtis was on the horn, like talking to plenty Division One coaches. Yeah, I got this kid 6 feet doing 362 hand. So it was a great time for us, man. Like we were saying, we was young, we was talented, and we went out there and we did our thing, man. We did our thing.
Oh, yeah,
And
I
I
definitely
kind of
remember that team. It was a few pros on that team for sure.
I
And
kind of want to say
I,
something like
oh yeah, go ahead.
DJ, how did it feel? Like I kind of want to say you created a powerhouse, brother, at Pius. You know what I
No, I
mean?
for sure did. I
Yeah,
definitely
I don't
did.
know if nobody was over there making noise. I don't know, nobody that ever went to Pius before you went there. And see, Russ, just so you can know, DJ used to jump the tip ball, man. He winning tip balls over Marcus Landry and stuff like that. But
Okay, yeah, okay.
the point I want to make is after DJ goes and do his thing, it was more so like, okay, Marlon might have went to like a Rainier Beach situation, right? Where it's like,
Okay.
Latrell Sprewell went there. This team got the one state championship. It's like it's a process over here. It's a lot of competition. DJ went to Pius and just took over, bro. Had a lot of freedom, and you know what I mean. Inspired a
Blew
whole
it up.
generation. And then Corey Lucius transfer over there, like, hey, I'm finna go do what he just did. And then after Corey Lucius, Carrington Love go over there, like, hey, I'm finna go over to Pius. Wasn't nobody going to school out there. You know what I mean? And bro
Wow.
created a whole powerhouse, like basically a whole movement of guys where, hey man, you want to just go over here and get off? This where you go.
No, yeah.
Did you know
Like I
you were
said,
trendsetting like that as you were into it, or were you just like going with the flow?
no, when I went there, I was originally supposed to go to Dominican
Okay.
and I was
Mm,
gonna go play I think one of the coaches, what's Buddy name? He I think he on the coaching staff with DG and them. But anyways,
Oh,
nonetheless, I
J.R.
was
Blunt.
supposed to
No,
go.
J.R. Blunt. No, my guy.
Yeah,
J.R.
J.R.
Blunt.
Blunt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to go to Dominican and play with them, but it's private. It costs a lot of money, and so my family didn't have it like that. But I got in to Pius on the choice program, so I went to school for free.
Right.
And I played varsity freshman year on throughout, but it was a lot of challenges, right? Because I was better than everybody, but I was the only black kid, and there was a lot that came with that, right? Not only just in
Literally the
school,
only black kid.
I was.
There's like 2 of you on the team. 3 of you on
I
the
think
team.
Evan was black, but
He's mixed.
yeah, like I'm the only black kid on the team
Word.
for like the first few years. And there was a lot that came with that. I had to deal with a lot of internal like battles, locker room battles, and then go ahead.
Like racist battles or like
Yeah, ignorant kids, you know what I mean?
okay.
And then, it's the perspective of the coach. And then, it was another player on my team who, he played varsity as a freshman too. You couldn't deny how good I was. So you had to,
Put me on
the
varsity.
Yeah, you had to. You didn't have no choice. And I'm a firm believer that like if you got to excel in a way that makes it undoubtable, like, and that's what I was trying to do.
Right.
Or I did, to the best of my abilities, but playing AAU ball with staying in game, that kind of developed my game in a different way. I ended up getting exposure outside of my school, which, my coach ended up learning about. We had a coaching change, and then he saw my talent differently than my original coach. So Coach Clausen came in and was like, hey, look, you're not going to play the 2 no more. You're going to play the 1. And so my junior year, that was the first time I ever played point guard. And we ended up going upstate, and I did really well upstate. And
so you almost didn't go there.
No, like Pius was not even really on my radar.
Wow.
I wanted to go there, and then if I didn't go there, I wanted to go to Hamilton because my pops went to Hamilton. And my dad was like, "Nah, you're not about to play for that coach. I played for him. You're not playing for dog."
Man.
And so I didn't go to Hamilton. My third option was Nicolay, and then Pops was like, "No." So I got accepted into Pius, so that's where I ended up.
That's
going.
crazy. Just going there freely, randomly.
Yeah.
Not just for the cure thing up in your I ain't supposed to
DJ,
be
I know what coach you talking
murder.
about too. The coach at Hamilton. You talking about Coach Jones? He ended up coming over to Coaster. I know exactly who you talking about. That's funny.
Right.
Hey, your dad was right, man.
What is it?
He say, know who you talking about.
Oh yeah. So
The
yeah,
coach,
no,
the
like
coach at Hamilton. The coach at Hamilton. I know who's coach you talking about.
yeah, no, I definitely remember that name. Pops was like, "No, you're not about to play for dog." Like.
So did
There's
your
no
brother
way.
go to Pius as well?
Said what?
Did your brother go to Pius as well?
Oh yeah, Donnie. Yeah, Donnie went to Pius later.
Okay.
So yeah, after I go upstate, I think that's when it kind of blew up. It was like, oh, this black kid is playing upstate. And
then you're an anomaly. You're the one on
right, like I'm kind of like the one off.
Mhm.
And I'm in the paper or whatnot.
Right.
And then you get the K-Lus that come, you got the Carrington, my brother Donnie.
Right behind you.
Right.
Because you're murdering it.
Yeah, yeah. And then shoot, now when I visit Pius, it's like 50-50, if not more. You know what I mean? There's a lot of black people that go there. When I went there,
no.
I would be shocked if it was more than 10 black students.
Wow.
So I was, one of the few. We go upstate, we make noise. Then my senior year, we was really making noise. And then before you know, there go K. Lou, and he did his thing and he took care of the rest.
Carrying
and then
the
you
torch.
got Monty and everybody.
Took to the next level for real.
Yeah. Unintentionally, you know what I mean? Like I was really just trying to do my thing, and it ended up, people seeing value in that, and it inspired them to make a transition and transfer over.
Marla, was it the same experience for you? I know you went to the high school in inner city.
Yeah. For the most part, it's pretty much the same thing. Basically just competing at a high level. I didn't when I was because I played ball from my sophomore year to my senior year, and we never got to the position where we even went upstate. I know my junior year we ended up losing to like Marquette, and then like my senior year we ended up losing to Marshall within like the first round. But for me, just even my senior year, because I had conjured up me some accolades that year. I basically was most valuable player my senior year on my basketball team. I made first team all conference. I made the Gala Award. So I basically I did my thing though, and then is y'all still on? Is I'm still on?
Yeah. We hear you. We hear you pretty good.
Okay. It's just that, like the screen had just flipped just totally on me. I couldn't even see y'all.
You could talk a little louder
Uh,
too if you can.
Yeah, if you can
okay.
speak up a
Yeah,
little more, that way we can hear you.
We know you got
yeah.
that Boost mobile phone over there, but do what you can.
Man, I'm trying
You
to
on
do it
that
like
church?
man.
You on
I got
that
the
jerk.
headphones. Man, come on, man. But yeah. So I mean, so senior year. So basically, I got the MVP on my basketball team, and then I played football that year too. So I got defensive player of the year. I got the Gala Award, so it's the best academic student athlete of the year within the conference. I was a 4.0 student. What else? And so like I basically had a strong resume. Like so for any like college I wanted to go to, and put me in that position. But we played against Bebe Dale, Vincent. My senior year they ended up beating us. It was DG Bree. You know what I'm saying? I remember Bree came out strong first half, hit like 4 trays. DG NAA with his 25. So we played against with some big names, man. Louis them over at King High School. I mean, King always had our number at Washington. And so King and then Juno. So that's where you had the Petty brothers. Shout out to my boy Tyree and Perry. That's we had our battles back in that
Man,
back in those
'06
days.
was stacked, bro. '06 was
Yeah,
like, man, that's stacked, bro. I ain't gonna
06 was
lie,
straight,
that's
man.
stacked. I mean,
It,
'06 ain't fucking with '07 now, but y'all were
Y'all
stacked
crazy.
though.
Y'all
Hey,
crazy.
I feel like we
hey.
was better than y'all though.
No, hey, listen. That's a fun topic. I'm just jabbing at y'all a little bit. I'm gonna win that argument though because of DG and bikes. I'm gonna win that argument, but
But I'm gonna
Nah,
say this though,
nah.
because our oh
y'all
07
were
class was
good
nice in
though.
Washington too.
That's
Y'all
how
learned
y'all
from '06.
casually
That's
going
what it
over the.
was.
But how y'all casually going over like the actual players y'all had to play? Wow, bro, y'all had to play the Petties,
Yeah,
the
that's a lot. That's
Perry,
a lot of
them,
talent.
Louis,
Yeah,
Az, them.
you had
That's
to.
tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
We had the
A lot of
hey,
talent.
so Cripper, so like this, like we had the strongest like conference. Like the city conference was like the most competitive.
Okay.
Like each night you was running into like a household name. Just
Mm-hmm.
even like Riverside, my boy Wookie. You
Mm-hmm.
had Freddie Woods over there. He was dominant. He was
Hmm.
averaging like 20.
Freddie
That's
Woods was
another guy
cold.
that I believe that came through. Yeah, he came through stay in the game for a little bit too.
Yeah, I think stay in
Uh,
the game deserves more credit. I mean, y'all end up
yeah, we
turning the
do.
Terry Porter Elite. Y'all really deserve a lot more credit if you go Mike T, DJ, you, Wookie, DG. Shit, stay in the game might be. They deserve
Hey,
a
no,
little bit more
I
flowers.
always rate. Hey,
No,
man, I
we
always rate them like third. Like I give it to like DTA, Running Rebels, and I put Stay in the Game third. I put them over Friends and Hoop and everything.
I know, but if we
hold on. What do you
going
say?
off of Mike T and DG making it to the NBA, shit, you beating all the other programs.
That's for sure. That's for
Like the
sure.
Running Rebels had the hood, the hip hop flavor on it, the Greg Brown Bouet flavor on it, but did none of those guys go to the NBA? DTA had the Dupree
Yeah, but we
Fletcher
went.
sauce on it. Corey Lucci's sauce, he didn't go to the NBA. No knock or nothing, but I'm just saying, Stay in the Gang actually producing pros. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
that don't mean he wasn't no. He was definitely valid.
uh,
Yeah.
which player? Which player?
K.
Which
Lou.
player?
K.
Oh
Lou.
no, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he might
But
not have touched the NBA,
He might
but
have sniffed
like,
the league. He might have got a 10-day here or there. Maybe
man,
not. Y'all
Summer
wouldn't know.
League, he had
man,
a couple Summer
there's
League
a lot
runs. He
that
had a couple
goes into
Summer
that
League
though.
runs.
It is.
You know what I mean? He
No, it
definitely
is.
an NBA talent.
For sure. Big time.
Yeah,
He
he
was All
definitely
American,
put
wasn't
on
he?
for the whole state though. But I'm
Sure he
just
was.
saying,
I don't know. I
stay
just
in the game
know.
should get overlooked the way it gets overlooked though. And then even if you
Right.
go to
that's what
the
we do.
Terry Porter Elite, like Curtis did his thing. Let's give Curtis Weathers a shout out. He was most recently at South Dakota State. I believe he was on there when they had cracked the tournament, and I think he was
I
Yeah, I
coaching
need to
love
shout
Kurt.
BC.
him out too. He changed my whole life.
Hmm.
For real, man. Kurt was a real one.
Clean cut, no
Really
nonsense,
cut.
man.
Yeah.
Great. man, a different version of the Milwaukee coaches that everybody else had. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you know, a lot of coaches was, you know, more so like handlers, hood guys, you know, whatever. Curtis was straight up and down, clean cut, serious business. Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, he wasn't. He didn't have the booster energy.
No booster energy. You
yeah.
coming over here, you
Right,
finna
right. No
earn.
booster energy. No Jakey
No,
promoter energy, man.
yeah, no, none of that, bro. Real clean cut. And then you know, it was other guys that you know was a little more urban and you know fashionable as far as to an inner city kid. But shit, Curtis did his
You love that
motherfucking
word,
thing with
urban.
us staying in the
Yeah,
game.
man,
Great
yeah,
word.
he took
It's
it
a
better
great
than
It's
that.
a
word.
great
That's
word.
it's a hidden word, but we're gonna leave it at that. We can go there for that. Yeah, you know, that's facts. If you can go back to your high school self, playing in the mix, being in the mix like that, what are like advice wise, like maybe two or three things you would tell yourself? I mean, being ranked, top in the state, going to state, kind of setting the trends, 50s and 60s in the summer. You know, what do you think you would say? Hey, young buck.
Uh, there's a couple things. I will learn how to play the pick and roll.
Mm,
I
Mm.
would learn how to play in the passing lane, and I would
mm,
dunk off 1 foot instead of 2 foot.
mm.
I think that would have changed a lot, right? Playing the pick and roll, like you get to see many different options, right? Like in high school, they'll run you off a ball screen, but they don't teach the ball screen work, at least at the high school level,
No,
the way that you learn it as a pro.
correct.
I don't even think they teach it that well in college,
College.
right?
Mhm.
There was so many times where, I'll be in a game, I'll come off a ball screen, and my coach ended up stopping me. He's like, man, how come you never look back after you come off the ball screen? You never look back at the big man and just give it to him,
Okay.
right? Because he behind
Like
me.
a pick and pop.
Yeah. So like
Mhm.
me, I was always,
Okay.
I always felt like I was a one guard, or I felt like a two guard trapped in a one guard body,
Okay.
right? So I'm coming off the ball screen really to make a play, and really I'm making that play to score.
Correct.
So the only way I'm really about to kick it is if I get downhill, and somebody in my line of sight helps. I got you. I'm gonna kick it, boom, to the corner. It look like a great play.
Mhm.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like I come downhill, I do it in and out, crossover, I get in the middle, big
Uh-huh.
man show, I got another guy in the corner.
Correct.
Right. So they all in my line of sight. But I never really got downhill,
Mm,
made a play, whipped my
mm.
head up, looking, probing, and then being patient, and I kick it back to the big for, a mid range jumper or maybe a tray.
Right.
So it's like being able to play
That
at a
shows your
slow
IQ in
pace.
high school. In high school, accomplishing something like that, executing something like
Yeah,
that in
just
high
slow the
school.
game down and just
Yeah.
look.
Coach would understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
I don't think they know. Like they know how to draw the X's and O's. Like, hey, I want you to run this play. But they
Mm,
don't tell you how to look at a play.
mhm.
Like, how do you read the floor when you're playing the game? When you come off this screen, what are your options? You got a guy in this corner. You got a guy in the opposite corner. You got the skip pass. Have you ever made a skip pass? Right. It's a lot of nuances to
Yeah.
making those high level plays that I didn't make then.
Yeah. And I mean, with trainers and just with film and with technology these days, I mean, so many leagues and like you said, boosters, if you will, people that invest in these kids know that these days. Some of them do.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's a field. Like you can drill. Like I see a lot of kids, they do a lot of drills. Like we know a couple people, right? The Courtneys and
Mhm.
whatnot. And I'm seeing these people work on these things, but all these kids want to do the same thing, which is score.
Right.
But you got to really be able to slow the game down. And it's only a few that really look at the game like that.
What about you, Marlo?
Man, he hit a lot of great points. Like, I mean, that's everything he said about the pick and roll. I would say that would be something I'd tell myself. But as far as like how our offense was at my high school, it was basically the same offense they ran at Wisconsin. You basically had the two guard front at the top. You had the two post entries, and you had the one guy running baseline. So it'd be more so just knowing how to read a play, knowing just coming off just catching shooting with the guy we're playing back door. But more importantly, just even like for my senior year, I think I was one of those guys that was too nice. I was on the court like my senior year. I think I would tell myself to shoot the ball a lot more, be more aggressive. Um, that's something that was big for me. Then I would definitely say. And then just even on the marketing end, like just being a guy that's been proactive and just like got some film, basically like sent them out to some coaches like my senior year, just kind of just preparing myself to like go to college and be accepted. I think I could have did a lot better in terms of that, sending out emails, reaching out to schools. If I would took a step in that lane, I think I could have just found something more that I probably wanted, opposed to having to rely on the options that I was handed. So I would definitely say that. And then like just yeah, so just yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You know, I mean, because like I was always like a player, like you know, like a player's a coach, like you know, like basically like coaches love me. Like I listen, I want to run the offense.
50 more minutes.
I wouldn't say that it was anything else that I could have just did better besides just be more aggressive for real, for real. So yeah,
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, bro.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. I would say just even just like even just like some advice for kids out there, like you know what I'm saying, that may be tuning in with the podcast. Some things like just always be willing to listen. You know what I'm saying? There's always room to grow. Don't ever just like really take it personal when a coach is like coming down on you. Because obviously it's something that they seeing on the floor that you could be getting better at, something that you could be doing better within the offense. I think a lot of kids now is just like they're not always really just coachable. But if they can just kind of like master that skill and then just always just be really just willing to put in that extra work. Like the thing about me that separated me from everybody else is just like my work ethic was like crazy. It was bananas. Like I basically, and it's just to kind of give you some insight on me, see Russ, real quick, and kind of go off script. I used to get up like 4:30 in the morning, man, run a mile to the YMCA, work out like 2 hours, run a mile back. Um, you know what I'm saying? I was on my dieting. I was like eating fruits and vegetables. I was up on it early. Then go to school, knock out school after practice. I mean, just work, do practice. And we know how Washington is. Washington, one of the hardest schools you can, like, you know what I'm saying, you can go to as far as just like practice. We ran like 60, 70% of the time. So then after that, after practice, I stay up and get shots up for like 2 hours. And then after it'd be me, my boy Troy, my boy Said, and then once we leave Washington, we'd go straight to the YMCA on 12. And like, man, I'd be doing that all week, bro. And like, that just like, and that would be a testament if I was to get some advice, man, just for any younger guy, just like put the extra work in to be able to separate yourself. The work don't always show. It's don't always pay off. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, that's fire, man. So with going through the fire, right, coming out clean, playing top of the line high school ball, going through college, playing a little bit of pros. Like, how has it been, like making that transition into the real world? And then, like, what are some of those lessons that you take from the game that you like apply to like your life now that like help you?
I think a lot of basketball, um, you can take a lot of those life skills and you can apply it to all aspects of life, right? You got your teamwork, you gotta be able to compromise, you gotta not be selfish, you also gotta work hard if you're gonna be good, right? Um, but I think the biggest thing with that transition is ego,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which is the whole reason why I never moved back to Milwaukee. That ego thing
Because your
is,
ego?
yeah, is 100% my ego. Because in my mind, like when I got out of college, I didn't go straight overseas to like a great contract, right? Like I had an opportunity. I went out to Belgium, made a team. It was like, I want to say like 2,500 euros a month. And in my mind, that's crazy.
Right.
D Bikes is out there. I think he was playing for like Antwerp or something like that. And so I remember, I think I reached out to Britt. He like, man, you should take that. And I'm like, I'm like, man, hell no. So I ended up coming back home.
Mm-hmm.
I had a son at that time. I'm trying to figure it out. Another opportunity come up. I go out to Italy. I play. There's a team in Croatia that wanted me. It was like the same amount of money. And I'm like, no. So I sat the pond for like 2 years. So,
Hey.
right. Like, no, it's an interesting story where like And I ended up having to go back to my school, got all my film. I made my YouTube video. I was taking my girl car to McDonald's. I was
See?
uploading it online. Once I did that, I created a template. I went on Eurobasket. I emailed every agent that was on Eurobasket. So I created an email thread, introduced who I was, my stats, player of the year here. I'm first team all conference here, and then I attached my video and I want to say I emailed like 80 people
Yeah.
or 80 agencies and or agents, and then 4 got back to me, and then 1 came back with an offer that I thought was worthy of taking. And so all of that, I think, perseverance, fighting for my dream, what I wanted, allowed me to be, transition out of being an athlete, because I didn't go home and I felt like it was embarrassing to go back home because I wasn't a pro.
Yeah.
Right. And nobody said anything like that to me.
A
It's
lot of
like
people
an
feel that way,
internal
though.
thing.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, it was an internal thing. So I had to fight that, but I fought for my dream and I got it. But and then once I decided to retire, I didn't go back home because I was like, man, I didn't play long enough.
Mm.
But it was over with, and so I'm like, all right.
That's a lot of turmoil on the inside, a lot of chaos.
No, yeah, it was. But like, I had to figure it out. So I did. I got in the car business, worked at a Mercedes dealership, and all those principles that's within me,
Right.
allowed to excel over there. Did very well.
It was like practice early on.
Yeah. So,
for the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that controversy, man, could definitely, you know what I'm saying? Pressure burst pipes where it makes diamonds, man. So
right. Yeah.
Was the same for you,
thing
Marlo?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I like things that DJ just said. Just basically a lot of those principles that he learned like through sports. He was able to
Marlon, talk a
utilize.
little bit louder, please, if you can.
So basically, what DJ just said. Can you hear me? So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
a lot of those principles that he learned just playing basketball, and then how that transitioned to like his workforce environment. I think that was huge for me. Like, just being able to once I finished with college, and I was just like taking my steps into like becoming an adult. You know what I'm saying? Finding the job, finding something that would work the best for me. That just made me a great asset wherever I went. So I would say just even with transitioning like from like because when you coming out, so when you graduate from college, you trying to play overseas, like especially for me, I'm going to these camps, like like I'm working out, I'm getting it in, and it's like for me, like I didn't really have no agent to represent me, so it was a lot harder for me to be able to get over there. So basically, I had to take whatever what I'm saying, like I could possibly get at the time, like going to Mexico, going to a few camps, like what I'm saying, playing a little bit, playing a little, professional ball. Over at the ABA, I believe Chicago Sky Force. So I had my journey with that, and then I just think for a lot of athletes, like once we kind of finish playing, like we just don't know how to transition into that real life all the way. And I think that just comes down to like you being proactive, you being able to find a job, you able to build a resume. Obviously, those things that you can do, but it's like we don't really take a whole lot of initiative. So I think it was a little bit harder going into that. And then but once you find it out, but once you figure it out for yourself, then I think that's when you become successful at whatever you put your head down to do, and you become a master at your craft. So that's kind of like for me, like it just kind of make that into more practical terms. I went into like the behavioral health field. So like I worked over at St. Charles where you had a lot of like mentally challenged kids or whatever, and then I kind of went from like behavioral health to like mental health over to the hospital, like in my latter years, like kind of like what I'm doing now. So that's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? So.
It's two things I
Add
want to
some
hit
to it.
on. I want to say, DJ, the whole mindset of like, oh, I'm not going back to Milwaukee. That's a phenomenal mindset because we kind of know what that's going to lead to. Being back in Milwaukee, it's going to remind you of everything you done grinded to get away from. You know what I mean? And then one thing that I could say that I struggle with becoming an adult was I used to get nervous in interviews. You know, a lot of guys, we was never really taught how to interview. You know what I mean? They asking you trick questions on purpose. So I used to study YouTube and how I go answer this question the correct way. And you know, so that's a lot that the youth needs to be taught as well. You know what I mean? Even though the society's different now, you got influencers and content creators and stuff though. But
Right.
learning how to interview it, being professional, and articulating yourself, and actually getting a resume and having your resume done appropriately for the job that you're looking for. So that's just something I wanted to hit on, that I feel like that should be already taught to a kid by the time they leave high school.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. Yeah, I agree with that a lot. I didn't touch on this earlier, but I think one of the biggest things transitioning from being an athlete, regardless of whatever level you played at,
Mm.
is having some fundamental skill, right? Like, so he mentioned being able to interview. Well, what skill is that? That's being able to articulate yourself.
Communicate.
Yeah, at whether it be in an interview, whether it be at work. So that was another struggle that I had, even
Right.
though I went in sales at Mercedes, right? So,
Body language,
man,
how
I'm
you say
sitting
things,
there,
eye contact. Right.
I'm presenting, deal sheets, I'm talking to
Mm-hmm.
these clients, but I'm speaking with a really low tone and a low
Right.
voice
All that
because I'm not
matters.
confident.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you just start, persevering. That's where the, skills transfer over. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna figure it out eventually.
Right.
But for these, people that's coming up, high school or college and going to transition over, you got to have some form of a skill. So if you go to college, what is your degree in?
Mm.
Right? Like what are you going to specialize in? Because you have to specialize in something unless you're going to be an influencer, right? If you got some way to influence somebody to get a bag, cool. But if not, like go get a trade,
Mm-hmm.
right? Go be like Ricky Franklin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I seen him post something many years ago. He was like, my dad always taught me how to work with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's huge, right? Like, so if you if you got a trade, if you specialize in finance, you go to school to be an engineer, you go in the medical field. There's so many options, but I feel like a lot of athletes, we go and then we take some random ass degree, right? You got a health and youth and physical education undergrad, or
Can't
you
use
got
that
you
for
got a
nothing.
general studies,
Right.
Communications
a
guys used to be
degree.
studying
It's
just
like,
comms.
say what?
I said a lot of guys back in the day used to be like, oh, they studying communications, get a comms degree, and then don't work in communication.
And
At
don't work in
all.
communications, and that's not the field that they want to go in. But at the same
If you don't
Exactly.
make
time,
no money,
people, well, but you could though,
you could if you
right?
know what
You
to
could
do.
if you really wanted to be an analyst, if
Correct.
you really wanted to be a true journalist that's going
Mm-hmm.
out into the world, or let's say inner city, you trying to find them stories that are impactful to the community. It's a lot of that's really important. And I think people get so tied up in being an athlete that they forget that they can do two things and be great.
Right.
Like, so for me, if I entertained anything outside of basketball, to me, I felt like I wasn't taking basketball serious.
Correct. A lot of guys
So
do.
yeah, so for me to be good in school meant indirectly I'm not I'm not going to the league, or I'm not going to be a pro, which is not the case. And
Sad almost.
well, I think that's just how athletes are programmed. Like,
Some.
well, some, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know there's a lot that, come from the inner city and they just trying to figure it out. And they all operate, or a lot of them operate from a place of, I want to make it because this is where I'm from, rather than, having that strategic approach. Like, look, the ball going to stop at some point. It's a lot
Right.
of NBA players that they don't know what they're going to do. It's a lot of
Correct.
people overseas that really make a bankroll and they don't know what they're going to do. So,
That's supposed to definitely be a vehicle for where you want to go.
yeah, and it wasn't. I mean, it was a vehicle to get me a degree, but I had to really go out in the world, go face the world, face my ego, face, um, you know, real life,
Mm-hmm.
and then say, all right, this is the skill I'm gonna move forward with.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. I appreciate y'all signing in, man. Y'all tapping in with us, man. We got a few minutes left. Anything else y'all working on, Marlo? Anything else you working on over there, or anything else you got new coming up?
Yeah, man. So I'm working on a clothing line right now. So Marlo's Art Gallery. So I'm
Okay.
creating a lot of content. I'm doing like a wine series right here. This is like my third series. It's basically a cigar on top of the wine glass with the hand. So yeah, so just kind of just pioneered the business in that aspect, and then just putting out more work. So definitely, yeah. So you can just go follow my page, Marlo's Art Gallery on Instagram. Absolutely.
That's fire, bro. What about you, DJ? What you got coming up? Anything else you working on right now? Anything new we should know about?
Man, I just pivoted into a new career, and so I'm just enjoying it, man. I'm having a good time. I work in pharma. I got some personal things that I'm currently working on. I'm working on this journal that I'm creating. Me and my brother, we putting something together, and we got a patent pending on it, trademark.
A journal?
Yeah.
Okay. You ain't got to say
Yeah,
too much
yeah,
about it. You got
yeah,
patent
yeah,
pending on it. Yeah, you can't do too much with
no,
that.
no, it's
Yeah.
real smooth, bro. So
Okay.
it's something that was a vision, and just went through the process to execute it, bring it to life.
Oh, that's dope, man. Well, now, whenever you guys get that up and going, they'll come back and share that with the team, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Baby, what you got for us?
Man, everything on the up and up, man. Arizona, I just stepped into the cigar business. So I'm partnered with a company out of Memphis. I got connected with some great people from Memphis. One of the guys' son got drafted to the Cardinals, and then we introduced the
Okay.
cigar brand out here to the Arizona market, and it's been going great, bro. And it's been putting me in a lot of high places, and in a lot of great conversations and stuff like that. And like, Marlon and them been trying to get me on cigars for years. You know what I mean? But through
Okay.
my network, I got put in a good position, and man, it's been working out well, bro. So you'll be seeing me smoking a lot of cigars at a lot of cigar events
I
coming
see
up.
Bebe tapped in too.
Oh, yeah. I see them tapped in at the
Yeah.
nonprofit events. You know what I'm saying? The
Oh yeah,
fundraisers.
man, definitely, bro. So that's a part of politicking, man. They invited me to Mayweather Gala, and coincidentally, they had a turkey drive at my old JUCO. Matter of fact, me and C. Russ at old JUCO, our junior college.
Yeah, that's
When C.
right. That's
Russ and them
right.
was
South
there,
Mountain. Mm-hmm.
we was actually number one in the nation. So I met the Mayweather people, and they got another gala coming up in Miami. And I'm gonna try to connect some dots with I'm gonna reach out to Bobbis and see if we can get some because
We'll
hey,
definitely
it's
do
real.
that. Next episode, I need me a pack of cigars. We gotta do a little taste tester online or something like that. See how that go. Send DJ a pack or something too, man.
Exactly. I sent Marlon a little
Yeah,
5-pack
yeah,
about a week ago. I'm gonna send him some more for his birthday. DJ, you do cigars as well?
yeah.
Matter
I
of fact,
tap
I'm
in with
ripping
Troy from
myself
time to
off.
time.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the
Give me
homie.
1 sec.
he
Give me
put me
1
on.
second.
What do you say?
You probably ready to go get something.
Yeah, my bad. I'm ripping myself off. Let me show y'all some of the products. Actually. So yeah, I got a bunch of cigars, man. I'm gonna pull out one stick and then show y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna
You
definitely
doing advertising?
send y'all all the good pack. This is the Bird Gang Red. It's a cinnamon, but caramel and molasses. But it's the
Okay.
logo. It's called My Three Sons Cigars, and it's been going real good, bro. It's
My
been
Three
real
Sun
lucrative.
Cigars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called
That's
My
a
Three
great
Sons.
name.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah,
That's a great
and
name.
then this is actually the Burgay stick. So we're gonna try to get the Cardinals to celebrate with the stick, like how Michael Jordan used to do with the cigars and stuff like that. So
Uh-huh.
if
No,
the
that'd be great
Cardinals,
marketing, bro.
if
That's
they
great
start
marketing
winning
right there.
some, yeah. And then
They
the
Oh,
they
player,
really good. They really good too,
and then the
though.
player, real good, bro. He's the number one prospect in the whole nation, bro. He was actually ranked over Travis Hunter, and then he sacked. I'm glad y'all in Dallas too. Him and Dak Prescott got the same agent, and his first game he sacked Dak Prescott too. So it was just some good fluence there,
mm,
good energy. So I'm gonna be coming
okay.
out there too. I'm gonna be coming out to Dallas too though. So I'm gonna definitely send y'all some and then bring a bunch with me when I come. And then Marlon, I'll ship you out another pack for your birthday, man. Yeah, fellas. It's Marlon's birthday Monday, man. So
Monday, man. Come
Happy
on,
birthday,
man. Show
Marlon,
some
the big 5-0.
Happy birthday, bro.
I appreciate it. 38, man. Gonna be 38. Man, almost pushing 40.
Oh no, it's that time.
Yeah.
Scorpio season. Okay, it's that time.
No, Sagittarius, man. I'm a Sag.
Oh, you
I'm
the
right on the
Sag? Okay,
cusp.
no, we switched lanes. I'm a
Yeah.
Capricorn. Y'all started in with me. Don't get me going. Yeah, don't get me going.
Man, y'all busy,
But
buddy, man. Y'all like making money.
For sure. Well, we appreciate everybody tapping in. We appreciate y'all's time as always. And if anything, man, stay out the streets, stay in the gym, stay out the way. We'll keep you on the loop. And until next time, we signing out, man.
Appreciate
All
you.
right, love,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Appreciate everybody, man. Great conversation today, man. It was great to get you fellas insight, man, because y'all definitely two great guys I look up to, man. I love the way y'all carry yourself as adults. I knew y'all as teens and everything. So you niggas, man, ain't let me down not one bit, man. Y'all look great,
Nah, for
man. Thank you
real.
for y'all time, bro. I really appreciate y'all giving me and
Yeah,
CEO
we're glad to
time
get y'all on, man. We had to
you
spruce
know.
it up a little bit for y'all, man, because this one hit
And
clear close
I
to
want
home,
to tell
bro. So we gotta
DJ,
make sure
thank
it
you for
look
that.
right.
Thank you for that too, DJ, because you kind of taught us something. You like, hey man, let's just go get in the studio and do it, and it actually looks great. And we gonna keep building on that type of energy going forward. I'm gonna go find
Yeah,
me a
y'all need
studio.
to. Y'all some serious dudes. Like y'all smart
Mm-hmm.
and players a bit.
My
So
God.
yeah,
Appreciate you, man.
for
For real,
sure.
appreciate you. As always, man. Signing out, man. Appreciate y'all. All right, y'all.
All right, fellas.
All right, bet.
Yep.